Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today we're going to talk about manifesting beyond technique. I see a lot of videos and books that try to implicate that there's some sort of advanced technique or thing that you can do that will manifest what you want. And the key point I want you to get from this teaching is that this is a skill that is beyond technique, that you're manifesting in every moment. Perhaps it's a contradiction, perhaps that's the technique, but we must move beyond the mindset that there is a technique that we can use, like we're in a video game and we can hit the A button and the B button and then the trigger and we can manifest what we want. In the realm of manifestation and personal development, there is an ever-present temptation to seek out quick fixes and magical techniques. We've all been there searching for that one secret method that will instantly transform your life, bringing you wealth, perfect health, or ideal relationships. It's a natural human tendency, driven by our desire for immediate results and fueled by a world, a marketing industry that promises instant solutions to everything. However, this quest for the perfect technique often leads you astray from the true essence of manifestation. It's a pitfall that many fall into, and it can be a significant obstacle on the path to genuine transformation. This is one of the pitfalls I find with reality transurfing. A lot of it is encapsulated with the idea that there's some sort of technique, usually with a very cool name, that will give you everything that you want. You just got to follow the steps 1, 2, 3. I have endeavored and searched for a way to teach manifestation utilizing a simple technique. It's critical to know that it can be broken down into a simple technique because it is very simple. It is not difficult. The problem with focusing solely on techniques is multifaceted. First, it creates a dependency on external methods rather than fostering internal understanding. We become like children learning to ride a bike with training wheels, never truly developing the balance and intuition needed to ride freely. This is the primary flaw with most occult magic and magical techniques that are taught that show some promise or success. Secondly, the approach leads to disappointment and disillusionment. When a technique doesn't yield immediate results, you may become discouraged, doubting the process, or worse, your own capabilities. This cycle of hope and disappointment can be emotionally draining and counterproductive. Moreover, the fixation on techniques often overshadows the more crucial aspects of manifestation: our consistent mental habits, core beliefs, and self-image. These foundational elements are the true drivers of our reality, yet they are frequently neglected in the pursuit of quick results. Perhaps most importantly, seeking quick techniques misses the fundamental truth of manifestation. It's not an occasional practice, but a constant, ongoing process. Every thought, every belief, every moment of focus is shaping our reality. By treating manifestation as something we do only when we want something specific, we're ignoring the vast potential of our everyday thoughts and feelings. In this book, we'll move beyond the allure of quick techniques. Instead, we'll delve into the art of constant manifestation, a way of living that aligns your entire being with your desires, creating a life of continuous growth and fulfillment. This approach requires more than just learning a set of steps. It demands a shift in perspective, a deepening of self, and a commitment to ongoing personal evolution. And as we embark on this journey, I invite you to let go of the search for the perfect technique. Just open yourself to a new understanding of manifestation, one that empowers you to shape your reality with every breath, every thought, and every moment. The concept of constant manifestation is both profound and deceptively simple. You are always manifesting, every single moment of every day. This isn't just during the times when you're actively visualizing your goals, reciting affirmations, or meditating. It's happening right now, as you hear my words, and it will continue happening whether you're consciously aware of it or not. To truly grasp this concept, you need to understand that your reality is a reflection of your dominant thoughts. beliefs, and emotional states. Every fleeting idea, every habitual thought pattern, every unconscious belief about yourself and the world around you is continuously shaping your experience of life. Think of your mind as a powerful broadcasting station, constantly sending out signals into the universe. These signals are your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and they're always being received and reflected back to you in the form of your experiences, relationships, and circumstances. This ongoing process doesn't discriminate between what you consciously want and what you subconsciously believe. It doesn't pause when you're not actively trying to manifest something specific. It's always on, always working, always creating. The implications of this reality are both exciting and sobering. On one hand, it means you have far more power to shape your life than you might have realized. Every moment is an opportunity to steer your reality in a new direction. On the other hand, it means that unconscious negative beliefs or habitual worry can manifest just as easily and readily as your conscious desires. Understanding constant manifestation shifts your focus from isolated attempts to create specific outcomes to a more holistic approach of conscious living. It's not about performing a technique for 15 minutes, even for doing it 15 minutes a day and then forgetting about it. It's about cultivating a state of being that aligns with your desires, maintaining that alignment as consistently as possible, and learning to quickly reset when you inevitably slip out of it. This perspective frees you from the pressure of getting it right during designated manifestation sessions. Instead, it invites you to see every interaction, every decision, and every reaction as a part of your ongoing creative process. It encourages you to be more mindful, more intentional, and more aware of the power we wield in every moment. Remember, you're not learning how to manifest. You already do that perfectly. You're learning how to manifest consciously, deliberately, and in alignment with your highest aspirations. Welcome to the reality revolution of constant manifestation. The journey of manifestation often begins with desire. You want something, a new job, a loving relationship, improved health, or financial abundance, and you seek ways to bring it into your life. The starting point is natural and human. However, to truly master the art of manifestation, you must move beyond mere desire and into a deeper realm of understanding. Understanding in this context means grasping the fundamental principles that govern reality creation. It's about recognizing that manifestation isn't about getting what you want, but aligning your entire being, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions with the reality you wish to experience. When you focus solely on desire, you often fall into the trap of yearning, of feeling lack, of seeing our current reality as insufficient. This state of mind paradoxically can push our desires further away, as we're constantly reinforcing the absence of what we want. Understanding, on the other hand, shifts our perspective. It allows us to see that the power to create our reality lies not in what we want, but in who we are being. Moving from desire to understanding involves several key shifts. 1. From external to internal focus. Instead of fixating on external circumstances, we learn to cultivate the internal state that matches our desired reality. 2. From future to present tense, rather than always looking ahead to when our desires will manifest, we learn to embody the feeling of already having what we want. 3. From scarcity to abundance, we move from a mindset of lack to one of plenty, recognizing that the universe is abundant and that our own consciousness is the gateway to that abundance. And 4. From doing to being, we shift from always trying to do something to manifest our desires to simply being the person who would naturally have those desires fulfilled. And 5. From intermittent practice to constant awareness, we evolve from occasional manifestation attempts to a constant state of conscious creation. This shift to understanding doesn't mean abandoning our desires. Instead, it means approaching them from a place of wholeness rather than lack. It means recognizing that our desires are not just random wants, but signposts pointing us toward our own evolution and growth. As you deepen this process, you begin to see that manifestation is not about controlling external reality, but about mastering your internal reality. You learn that your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world, and that by changing your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional states, you inevitably change your experiences. We will explore how to cultivate this understanding and how to apply it in your daily life, how to navigate the challenges that arise as you step into your power as a conscious creator. Remember, the goal is not to just manifest specific desires, but to become a master of your own reality, to live in a state of constant, deliberate creation. To truly grasp the power of manifestation, you must first understand that reality creation is not a sporadic event, but an ongoing, continuous process. Every moment of our existence, we are engaged in the act of creating our reality, whether we're conscious of it or not. Imagine reality as a river, constantly flowing and changing. You're not just standing on the bank, occasionally dipping your toe in to create a ripple. Instead, you're fully immersed in this river, your very presence constantly shaping its flow, its temperature, its composition. This is the nature of reality creation. It's not something you do. It's something you are always doing. This ongoing nature of reality creation stems from several key principles. First, that consciousness is the foundation of reality at the deepest level. Your consciousness, your thoughts, beliefs, and focus is the raw material from which our reality is fashioned. This consciousness doesn't switch on and off. It's always active, always creating. Secondly, the present moment is the point of power. Reality is created in the now, not in some distant future. Each present moment is a fresh opportunity for creation, a new starting point from which reality unfolds. Third, the cumulative effect of your thoughts and beliefs. Your reality isn't shaped by isolated thoughts, but by the accumulated weight of your habitual thought patterns and deeply held beliefs. These are not static, but are constantly being reinforced or altered by your ongoing mental activity. Or the feedback loop of experience. Your experiences shape your beliefs, which in turn shapes your reality, creating new experiences. This cycle is continually in motion, each moment informing the next. 5. The dynamic nature of the universe. The universe itself is not static, but in a constant state of flux and creation. As conscious beings within this universe, we are integral parts of this ongoing creative process. Understanding the ongoing nature of reality creation shifts your approach to manifestation in several important ways. First, it emphasizes the importance of your everyday thoughts and emotions, not just those we focus on during specific manifestation exercises. Every thought is a brick in the structure of your reality. Secondly, it highlights the power of consistency. A single positive thought is good, but consistent positive mental states are transformative. Third, it underscores the need for vigilance. If we are always creating, we need to be more aware of what we're putting into that creation. And lastly, it reveals the immediacy of your creative power. You don't need to wait for your reality to change. It's changing right now in response to your current state of being. Embracing this ongoing nature of reality creation can be both empowering and challenging. It means taking full responsibility of your life, recognizing that each moment is a choice point, an opportunity to steer your reality in a new direction. Remember, you're not learning to create reality. You're learning to create it consciously, intentionally, and in alignment with your highest aspirations. You already are creating reality. Your reality is being created right now in this very moment. What is it that you're creating? A fundamental principle in understanding manifestation is the concept that nothing is permanent. This idea, rooted in ancient wisdom and supported by modern physics, is crucial to grasping the fluid nature of reality and your power to shape it. The impermanence of all things may seem counterintuitive, especially when we look seemingly solid structures or long-standing situations in our lives. However, when we delve deeper, we find that change is the only constant in the universe. Why is nothing permanent? First, the dynamic nature of energy. At its core, everything in the universe is energy in constant motion, even when it appears solid at the atomic level, mostly empty space with particles in continuous movement. This perpetual dance of energy means that nothing remains exactly the same from one moment to the next. Then there's the law of impermanence. Ancient philosophies, particularly Buddhism, have long taught that all phenomenon is in a constant state of flux. This isn't just a spiritual concept. It's observable in the natural world, from the changing seasons to the cycle of birth, growth, decay, and renewal. Then there's the observer effect. Quantum physics has shown that the very act of observing affects the observed. Your consciousness interacts with reality, subtly altering it. This means that reality is not fixed but responsive to your awareness and focus. Then there's the power of neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly forming new neural connections and pruning old ones. This means your patterns of thoughts, habits, and even your personalities are not set in stone but can be reshaped through conscious effort. And then there's the nature of time. Time itself is a dimension of change. And as we move through time, every aspect of your reality is shifting, even if imperceptibly. Understanding this impermanence has profound implications for manifestation. It liberates you from the belief that your current circumstances are fixed or unchangeable. No matter how entrenched your situation may seem, it's always in flux and therefore open to transformation. This encourages you to hold your desires lightly, knowing that what you manifest will also change, and it can help you enjoy your creations without becoming overly attached to them. It emphasizes the importance of consistent focus. Since reality is always changing, maintaining a desired state requires ongoing attention and alignment. It reminds us of our power to create anew in each moment. We're not bound by past creations. We have the ability to shift our reality continuously. It highlights the value of adaptability. In a constant, changing universe, the ability to flow with change while maintaining your desired state is crucial. This concept of impermanence doesn't mean that you can't create lasting change or achieve long-term goals. Rather, it suggests that maintaining any state, be it wealth, health, or a particular relationship dynamic, requires ongoing creation. It's less about reaching a fixed endpoint and more about consistently aligning with the energy of what you desire. Embracing impermanence can be liberating. It frees you from the fear of failure because nothing is final, and the anxiety of perfectionism because everything is always evolving. It invites you to engage more fully with the present moment, where all your creative power lies. As we continue on this journey of manifestation, remember, your current reality, no matter how it appears, is not set in stone. It's a fluid, responsive field of potential, continuously shaped by your consciousness. This impermanence is not a limitation, but your greatest ally in creating the life you desire. One of the most profound insights in this study of manifestation is the supremacy of mental states over physical reality. This principle, consistently emphasized by Neville Goddard, asserts that your internal world, your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and overall mental state has a direct and powerful influence on your external experiences and circumstances. To truly grasp this, you need to shift your perspective on the nature of reality itself. Rather than seeing the physical world as a fixed, objective entity that you simply inhabit, you must understand it is a responsive, malleable field that is intimately connected to your consciousness. In addition to the observer effect, there's the placebo effect. Medical science has long recognized the power of belief in healing. Patients given inert substances often experience real physiological changes simply because they believe they're receiving effective treatment. There's also the reticular activating system. This part of our brain filters information based on what we focus on, effectively shaping our perception of reality by changing our focus. We can alter what we notice and experience in our environment. There's also emotional resonance. Your emotional states emit specific frequencies that can attract experiences and circumstances that mirror those frequencies. And this is why maintaining a positive state can lead to more positive emotional experiences. And then there's the self-fulfilling prophecy. Your expectations often limit your behaviors in subtle ways, leading you to consciously and unconsciously create very outcomes that you anticipate, whether positive or negative. Understanding the power of mental states over physical reality has several important implications. It emphasizes the importance of mental and emotional hygiene. It suggests that changing our external circumstances often begins with changing your internal landscape. It highlights the value of visualization and feeling. By vividly imagining and emotionally connecting with your desired outcome, we're already beginning to shape our reality at a fundamental level. But that is not just a technique. It should be an ongoing process, a way of living. It underscores the need for consistency in our mental and emotional states, and it invites us to take responsibility for our experiences. Check out my episode, Taking Responsibility for Your Reality. We have the power to shape our interpretation and response to any event, thereby influencing our ongoing reality. This principle doesn't mean that physical action is unnecessary, but it suggests that aligned action that stems from and reinforces our desired mental state, is far more effective than action taken from a state of lack or desperation. By mastering your internal world, you gain the ability to shape your external reality in profound and surprising ways. Your mind is the control room of your life experience. What mental states are you cultivating consistently, and what reality are they creating for you? One of the most crucial shifts in mastering manifestation is moving from a state of wanting to a state of generating. This transformation is at the heart of effective reality creation and represents a fundamental change in how you approach your desires and interact with the universe. It took me a long time to learn this. A state of wanting is characterized by a focus on lack or absence, feelings of yearning or longing, an orientation toward the future, a sense of separation from what you desire, an energy of neediness, desperation, or importance. In contrast, the state of generating is marked by a focus on abundance and presence, a feeling of gratitude and fulfillment, an orientation in the present moment, a sense of oneness with what you desire, and an energy of confidence and certainty. This shift from wanting to generating is not a change in terminology, it's a complete reorientation of your relationship with reality. This shift is so powerful because it provides an alignment with abundance. When you generate, you align yourself with the abundant nature of the universe. You recognize that everything you desire already exists in potential form, and your role is to bring it into manifestation through your consistent consciousness. Then there's emotional resonance. Generating carries a much higher vibrational frequency than wanting. This higher frequency is more aligned with the experiences and circumstances you wish to attract. It gives you present moment power. Generating happens in the now, where all your creative power resides. Wanting often projects you into an imagined future, disconnecting you from your point of power. And it puts you into the active versus the passive state. When you're generating, it puts you in an active creative role, while wanting can lead you in a passive waiting state. It empowers you. The generating mindset acknowledges your innate creative power, boosting your confidence and sense of self-efficacy. So I recommend that you practice gratitude regularly, acknowledge and appreciate what you already have, not as a technique, but just make it a part of your life. Use present tense affirmations, not as techniques, but as a habit. Instead of saying, I want to be wealthy, you say, I am generating wealth in my life now. See from the end result rather than imagining yourself wanting something. Visualize yourself already having and enjoying it. And take inspired action. Act as if what you desire is already yours. This aligns your behavior with your desired reality. Cultivate feelings of abundance all the time, regularly, every moment. Regularly connect with the feelings of fullness, completeness, and satisfaction, regardless of external circumstances. And reframe your language. Notice every time you use wanting language and consciously shift it to generating language. And focus on giving. When you're in a state of manifestation and receptivity, you are connected to the eternal abundance of the universe, and you always have the ability to give in those states. This state is marked by a focus on giving. Look for ways to give or to contribute what you desire. If you want love, focus on being loving. If you want abundance, look for ways to create value for others. Remember, this shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a new habit of mind that develops over time. Be patient with yourself as you make this transition. As you move from wanting to generating, you'll notice a profound change in the experience of your life. You'll feel more empowered, more present, and more connected to the flow of abundance in the universe. Your manifestations may come more easily and naturally, often in unexpected and delightful ways. The universe responds not to what you want, but to what you are being. By shifting from wanting to generating, you align your being with your desires, becoming a powerful creator of reality. So what are you generating today? A crucial aspect of advanced manifestation is shifting your perspective from focusing on specific desires to understanding the nature of events and their underlying patterns. This shift allows you to work more effectively with the flow of reality rather than trying to force particular outcomes. When you think in terms of events and their nature, you recognize patterns. You start to see the recurring themes and dynamics in your experiences rather than viewing each event as isolated. Understand cause and effect. You gain insight into how your thoughts, beliefs, and actions contribute to the events you experience. You perceive the bigger picture. You move beyond immediate wants to consider the broader implications and opportunities within each situation. You align with natural flows. You learn to work with the inherent tendencies of events rather than against them, and you become more adaptable. You develop flexibility to navigate various manifestations of your desires rather than fixating on one specific form. To illustrate this concept, let's consider some examples. Instead of focusing on manifesting more money, think about the nature of abundance and flow in your life. How does value move through your experience? What patterns do you notice in your relationship with resources? Rather than fixating on a specific relationship, consider the nature of love and connection in your life. What qualities characterize your most fulfilling relationships? How do you typically engage with others? Instead of trying to manifest a particular job, reflect on the nature of your work and purpose. What patterns do you notice in your career journey? What underlying themes emerge in your most satisfying work experiences? Practice observing, reflecting on events in your life, looking for patterns and underlying dynamics. Instead of asking, how can I get to X? Ask, what's the nature of the experience I'm seeking? Notice how different areas of your life interrelate and influence each other. Observe patterns in nature to understand how events unfold and interact. Practice finding multiple pathways to your desired experiences rather than insisting on one specific outcome. Reflect on past manifestations. Analyze successful manifestations in your life, focusing on the nature of the events rather than just the end results. Regularly write about the qualities and characteristics of the experiences you desire beyond just listing specific wants. By thinking in terms of events and their nature, you align yourself more closely with the way reality actually unfolds. This alignment allows for more effortless and organic manifestation. You become less attached to specific forms and more open to the myriad ways your desires can materialize. This perspective enhances your ability to maintain your desired state regardless of external circumstances. You're no longer dependent on particular outcomes to feel fulfilled. Instead, you recognize and appreciate the essential qualities you seek in various forms. Remember, the universe often has more creative and expansive ways of fulfilling your desires than you can imagine. By focusing on the nature of events rather than specific manifestations, you open yourself to these broader possibilities and become a co-creator with the universe, dancing with the flow of reality rather than trying to control it. This is a shift in thinking. Notice how your manifestations become more fluid, more aligned with your true essence, and often more surprising and delightful than could have ever anticipated. What patterns and natures are you noticing in the events of your life? The concept of a mental diet is fundamental to mastering the art of constant manifestation. Just as you carefully choose the food you consume to nourish your body, you must equally be mindful of the thoughts, beliefs, and emotion you feed your mind. A mental diet encompasses everything you allow into your consciousness, from the media you consume and the conversations you engage in to your internal dialogue and habitual thought patterns. A well-balanced mental diet consists of thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that align with your desired reality. It's not about forced positivity or denying the existence of challenges, but rather about consciously choosing where you place your focus and energy. This diet shapes your perception of the world and consequently your experiences within it. Cultivating a positive mental diet is an ongoing process that requires awareness, dedication, and practice. It begins with becoming conscious of your current mental habits and patterns. You must observe your thoughts without judgment, noting which ones serve you and which ones hold you back. Once you're aware of your mental landscape, you begin to make intentional choices about what you allow to take root in your mind. This might involve limiting exposure to negative influences, such as fear-based news or toxic relationships, and increasing your intake of uplifting and inspiring content. Mindfulness practices play a crucial role in maintaining a healthy mental diet. By staying present and aware, you can catch negative thought patterns early and redirect them towards more empowering alternatives. Meditation, journaling, regular self-reflection, gratitude, affirmations, and visualizations are all valuable components of a healthy mental diet, but not techniques. They're just something that you utilize all the time on a regular basis. By regularly utilizing all these things, not as a technique, but as a way of life, you create a positive version of reality in every thought, in every moment, and you vividly imagine your desired outcomes. You feed your mind, you nourish it, you empower it. When it comes to integrating multiple desires into your mental state, simplicity is the key. Rather than trying to juggle numerous specific outcomes, you focus on the essence of what you truly want, the end state that encompasses all your desires. This approach involves stepping back and asking yourself, if all my desires were fulfilled, how would I feel? What kind of a person would I be? By imagining from this end and living in the moment from this end, you create a unified mental state that naturally aligns with all your desires. For instance, instead of separately visualizing a successful career, a loving relationship, and perfect health, you might imagine a version of yourself who's fulfilled, loved, and vibrant. This holistic vision encompasses all these desires without getting caught up in the details of how they might manifest. By focusing on this overarching end state, you allow the universe the flexibility to bring your desires to fruition in ways that might surpass your limited imagination. You're no longer attached to specific outcomes, but rather to the essence of what you want to experience and embody. When faced with apparent setbacks to your manifestation journey, the most powerful response is to persist in your desirable assumptions. And this means holding steadfast to your belief in the ultimate fulfillment of your desires, regardless of temporary contrary evidence. Most of the time, something's going to pop up to make you think that your manifestation won't work. I believe it's part of the flow of the process. So persistence in desirable assumptions is not about denial or ignoring reality. It's about maintaining an unwavering faith in the power of your consciousness to shape your experiences. When challenges arise, you must remind yourself that these are merely temporary conditions, not permanent realities. You continue to think, feel, and act as if your desired outcome is inevitable, even in the face of apparent obstacles. This persistence requires mental discipline and emotional resilience. It may feel counterintuitive at first, especially when external circumstances seem to contradict your desires. However, by consistently aligning your thoughts and feelings with your desired reality, you create a powerful resonance that can ultimately overcome any temporary setbacks. Practical ways to maintain persistence include regularly revisiting, revising, and reinforcing your vision, surrounding yourself with supportive influences, and celebrating small wins along the way. And by doing so, you strengthen your belief and make it easier to persist in your desirable assumptions, even when faced with challenges. You must see all the problems as already resolved. This is a crucial shift in dealing with apparent setbacks, is to see them as already resolved. When you encounter a problem, instead of dwelling on its difficulty or impossibility, you immediately shift your focus to its resolution. You ask yourself, how would I feel if this issue were resolved? This question propels you into the mental and emotional state of the desired outcome. Seeing problems as resolved doesn't mean you ignore practical steps or necessary actions. It just means that you approach these actions from a place of confidence and certainty. You move forward with the assumption that the solution is already in place, waiting to be revealed or implemented. This perspective opens you to unexpected solutions. When you're not fixated on the problem, you become more receptive to creative ideas and synchronicities that can lead to resolution. Your mind becomes a fertile ground for innovative solutions rather than a breeding ground for worry and stress. Emotional detachment from temporary circumstances is a powerful skill in navigating apparent setbacks. It involves maintaining a sense of inner peace and stability regardless of external conditions. This detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring. Rather, it's about not allowing your emotional well-being to be at the mercy of fleeting situations. To cultivate emotional detachment, you must first recognize the temporary nature of all circumstances. Everything in the physical world is in a constant state of flux. By reminding yourself of this truth, you can avoid becoming overly invested in or distressed by current conditions that don't align with your desires. Practicing mindfulness can greatly aid in developing emotional detachment. Another key aspect is focusing on your inner state rather than the external circumstance. And by combining persistence in desirable assumptions, see problems as already resolved, and maintain emotional detachment from temporary circumstances, you create a powerful foundation for navigating apparent setbacks. At the advanced level of manifesting, you move beyond occasional practice to a state of constant generation. This is where manifestation becomes not just something you do, but who you are, your natural way of thinking and being in the world. Making manifestation your natural way of thinking involves a profound shift in consciousness. It's about integrating the principles of reality creation into every aspect of your life, so that you're constantly aligned with your desired state of being. This doesn't mean you're always actively trying to manifest specific things. Rather, it means you're consistently maintaining a state of consciousness that naturally attracts and creates positive experiences. To achieve this, you must first understand that your entire reality is a reflection of your consciousness. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is contributing to the creation of your experiences. So what are you thinking most of the time? When you internalize this understanding, begin to approach life differently. Constant generation means living in a state of awareness where you're constantly and consistently choosing thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that align with your desired reality. Not just for 30 minutes in a meditation, but every moment. It's about cultivating a mindset of possibility and positivity as a default mode of operation. Maintain a state of emotional congruence with your desires at all times. Practicing presence is an essential part of constant generation by staying grounded in the present moment, but also generating constantly. This state creates a momentum in your life. You become a walking, breathing embodiment of your desires. Your very presence begins to influence your environment, attracting people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with your elevated state of being. Remember, reaching this advanced level is a journey. It's hard. It's hard until it's easy. So it requires some patience, practice, and persistence. You may not be able to do it right away. You're used to thinking and being a certain way. And there are going to be times when you slip into those old patterns of thinking, and that's okay. The key is to gently guide yourself back to your desired state of consciousness without judgment or frustration. And as you continue to make manifestation your natural way of thinking, you'll discover a newfound sense of freedom and empowerment. You no longer feel at the mercy of external circumstances, but rather as the conscious creator of your reality. This is the true power of constant generation. At the advanced level of manifestation, one of the most powerful skills you can develop is the ability to achieve instant problem resolution in your mind. This goes beyond merely positive thinking or wishful hoping. It's a deliberate and immediate shift in consciousness that can profoundly impact your reality. The core of this concept lies in understanding that your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. So when you encounter a problem or challenge, your immediate reaction, the thought and emotion you generate, sets the tone for how the situation will unfold. By mastering instant problem resolution in your mind, you short-circuit the usual cycle of worry, stress, and negative anticipation that often accompanies challenges. To practice this, when faced with a problem, your first step is to immediately shift your focus from the problem itself to its resolution. Instead of dwelling on the details of what's wrong, you instantly bump to the feeling and mental state of the problem being solved. This isn't about denying the existence of the challenge, but rather about refusing to give it power over your consciousness. Imagine you've just received news of a significant financial setback. Instead of allowing your mind to spiral into worry and stress, you immediately envision the situation resolved. You connect with the feeling of financial security and abundance. You see yourself moving past this challenge with ease and grace. This mental shift isn't just positive thinking, it's a realignment of your energy and focus that can open up new possibilities and solutions. The key to making this practice effective is speed and conviction. The faster you can shift your mental state, the less momentum the problem gains in your consciousness. It's about developing a reflexive response of solution-oriented thinking. It doesn't mean you ignore practical steps or necessary actions. Rather, it means you approach those actions from a place of certainty in the positive outcome. To cultivate this skill, start with smaller everyday challenges. Practice shifting your mindset instantly when you encounter a minor setback or inconvenience. And as you build this mental muscle, you'll find it easier to apply to larger, more significant issues. As you master this skill, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive challenges. They become less threatening, less overwhelming. You'll find yourself approaching difficulties with a sense of calm confidence, knowing that resolution is not only possible, but inevitable. This shift can lead to innovative solutions or unexpected opportunities that you might have missed if you were mired in problem-focused thinking. Remember, the goal is to make this instant problem resolution a natural, automatic response. With consistent practice, it becomes an integral part of your consciousness, allowing you to maintain a state of alignment with your desires regardless of what happens in the outside world. So you must live from the end continuously. It's the pinnacle of advanced manifestation. To live from the end result continuously, you must first deeply internalize the understanding that time is not linear. In the realm of consciousness, all possibilities exist simultaneously. By choosing to align with the version of reality where your desires are fulfilled, you begin to draw that reality into your present experience. This practice requires a profound shift in perspective. Instead of seeing your desires as future events to be achieved, you view them as present realities to be experienced. You think, feel, and act as if your desired state is your current reality. This isn't about pretending or deceiving yourself, it's about aligning your consciousness with the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Living from the end result means inhabiting the emotional state of your fulfilled desires. If your goal is abundant wealth, you cultivate the feeling of financial security, generosity, and freedom in your daily life. If you're manifesting a loving relationship, you embody the feelings of love, companionship, and deep connection in your interactions with others. Those emotions become your default state, not something you reach for occasionally. This practice involves a shift in your self-concept. You begin to see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. This might mean adjusting your language, both internal and external. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, you might say, I am successful. And this is the key of the I am existence. I am is living from the end result continuously. Practicing presence is crucial in living from the end result continuously. As you live from the end, you may find your actions naturally align with your desires without forced effort. It's very easy. You might notice synchronicities and opportunities appear in your life that support your vision. Approach this practice with a sense of playfulness and curiosity. It's your daily life. Living from the end isn't about straining or struggling to maintain a certain state. It's about relaxing into the knowing that your desires are already fulfilled on some level and allowing that fulfillment to permeate your present experience. Remember, living from the end is a skill that develops over time. There'll be moments when you slip back into those old patterns. That's okay. As you master the art of living from the end continuously, you'll find that manifestation becomes less about achieving specific outcomes and more about enjoying every minute of your journey. Just gets better and better as you become your highest self. One of the most common pitfalls in this journey is becoming overtly dependent on external validation. This dependency can manifest as constantly seeking approval from others, likes on social media, measuring your success solely by external markers, or allowing your sense of self-worth to be determined by your manifested results. The danger in this dependency lies in the power to undermine your manifestation efforts. When you rely too heavily on external validation, you're essentially placing your power outside of yourself, and this can lead to a roller coaster of emotions as you react to every perceived success or failure, making it difficult to maintain the consistent positive state necessary for effective manifestation. It took me a long time to learn this, and I'm still learning it. To avoid this, it's crucial to cultivate a strong sense of inner validation, learning to trust your judgment, to find satisfaction in your efforts regardless of immediate results, and to maintain a stable sense of self-worth independent of external circumstances. Remember, true manifestation power comes from within. By reducing your dependency on external validation, you strengthen your ability to maintain a positive aligned state. Another common pitfall is the fear of losing what you've already manifested successfully. And this fear can be particularly insidious because it often arises just as you're beginning to see positive results in your life. You might find yourself constantly worried about losing your newly manifested relationship, job, or financial abundance. This fear is problematic because it can actually contribute to the loss you're afraid of. The law of attraction responds to your dominant thoughts and emotions. If you're constantly fearful of loss, you're inadvertently focusing on and potentially attracting that very experience. To avoid this pitfall, it's important to cultivate a mindset of abundance and trust. Remind yourself, the same power that allows you to manifest your desire is always available to you. Your ability to create positive experiences isn't limited to a one-time success. I often see people manifest that one thing and then they focus entirely on that one thing. Perhaps the most fundamental pitfall is neglecting your self-image and your core beliefs. Your self-image, how you see yourself at the deepest level, acts as a blueprint for your manifestations. If you're trying to manifest abundance but deep down believe you're unworthy of success, your manifestation efforts will be continually undermined by this core belief. Similarly, if you're working to attract a loving relationship but hold a belief that love always leads to pain, you'll unconsciously sabotage your efforts. To avoid this, it's essential to do the inner work of examining and reshaping your self-image and core beliefs. This involves being honest in your self-reflection, uncovering your beliefs you may not have been consciously aware of. It requires patience and persistence, as core beliefs are often deeply ingrained. Start by identifying any recurring patterns in your life that don't align with your desires. These patterns often point to underlying beliefs. Once identified, work on consciously reframing these beliefs. Use techniques like affirmations, visualizations, and cognitive restructuring to gradually shift your self-image to align with your desires. This work on self-image is not separate from manifestation. It is manifestation at its most fundamental level. By aligning your deepest beliefs with your desires, you create a solid foundation for your manifestation efforts. The journey of manifestation is at its core a journey of self-discovery. True lasting change begins with a deep understanding of yourself. Self-knowledge is the foundation upon which all effective manifestation is built. To truly know yourself is to understand your deepest motivations, your fears, your strengths, and your limitations. It's about recognizing the patterns in your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that have shaped your current reality. The level of self-awareness allows you to identify what truly resonates with your authentic self, rather than pursuing desires based on societal expectations or fleeting impulses. Cultivating self-knowledge requires dedicated introspection. It involves questioning your beliefs, examining your reactions to various situations, and being honest about your true feelings and desires. As you deepen your self-knowledge, you'll find your manifestation efforts become more aligned and effective. You'll be better able to discern which desires truly resonate with your authentic self. You must make the law of manifestation your second nature. To truly cultivate real change, the principles of manifestation must become more than concepts that you occasionally apply. They need to be integrated into your very being, becoming as natural and automatic as breathing. This integration begins with consistent practice. It's about consciously applying the principles in your daily, hourly life. As you consistently practice, you'll find that manifestation thinking starts to become automatic. You'll naturally begin to reframe negative thoughts into positive ones. The shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires some patience and persistence. The ultimate goal isn't just to change your circumstances, but to transform yourself. When you truly embrace manifestation as a way of life, it ceases to be a set of techniques or practices and becomes an integral part of your being. This shift represents a profound transformation in how you interact with the world around you. Living manifestation means that every moment becomes an opportunity for creation. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all consciously aligned with your desires, not just during manifestation sessions, but throughout your daily life. You begin to see yourself as a constant creator, shaping your reality with each breath and each choice. In this state, you can no longer distinguish between manifesting time and regular life. Every interaction, every decision, every response to a situation is infused with the awareness of your magical creative power. You approach challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to realign and reaffirm your desired reality. This way of living requires a heightened level of self-awareness and intentionality. You become more attuned to your inner state, constantly checking in with yourself to ensure you're emanating the energy that aligns with your desires. It's about maintaining a state of conscious creation where you're always aware of the reality you're calling forth through your thoughts, feelings, and actions. As you deepen your practice of living manifestation, you begin to see how this understanding extends far beyond personal desires or material gain. You start to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and how your consciousness influences not just your immediate circumstances, but ripples out to affect the wider world. You may find yourself naturally gravitating towards choices that benefit not just yourself, but others in the world at large. Your manifestation practice becomes a force for positive change as you align your creative power with higher ideals and the greater good. This extension of understanding opens up new realms of possibility. You begin to see how the principles of manifestation apply not just to tangible outcomes, but to states of being, to the quality of your experiences, and even to your spiritual growth. As you fully embody this practice of living beyond technique, you come to experience a profound sense of freedom. This is the freedom that comes from knowing at the deepest level that you are the creator of your reality. This freedom manifests in many ways. You're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances because you understand that your experience of those circumstances is shaped by your consciousness. You're free from the need for constant external validation because you're secure in your own creative power. You're liberated from fear of the future because you trust in your ability to navigate whatever arises. Moreover, you experience the freedom of infinite possibility. When you truly internalize that your consciousness creates reality, you realize there are no fixed limitations to what you can experience or achieve. This doesn't mean that everything happens instantly or effortlessly. It can, but it does mean that you approach life with an expansive sense of potential. This freedom brings a deep sense of peace and joy. There's a profound contentment in knowing that you're not a victim of circumstance, but a powerful creator. You can relax into the flow of life, trusting in your ability to shape your experience, while also being open to the wisdom and opportunities that arise in each moment. Living beyond technique, with manifestation as your way of life, extending this to all areas of existence and embracing the freedom of conscious creation. This is the ultimate goal of your journey. It's not about getting what you want. It's about becoming who you truly are, a conscious, empowered creator of reality. Mastering constant manifestation opens up a realm of limitless potential that fundamentally transforms your experience of reality. At this level of mastery, you exist in a state of perpetual alignment with your highest intentions. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in constant harmony with your deepest desires, not through forced effort, but as a natural expression of your evolved consciousness. You no longer need to consciously try to manifest. Instead, you simply are the manifestation of your desires in every moment. This state of being unlocks truly extraordinary possibilities. You begin to experience a flow of synchronicities and coincidences that perfectly align with your intentions. Opportunities seem to arise effortlessly, and challenges transform into stepping stones for growth. You find yourself in the right place, at the right time, meeting the right people with uncanny frequency. Your influence extends beyond your personal sphere. As you master constant manifestation, you become a powerful catalyst for positive change in your environment. The mastery of constant manifestation brings about a profound shift in your perception of time. You begin to experience a sense of timelessness, where the future you desire feels as real and present as the current moment. This collapse of time allows you to draw your desired experiences into your present reality with increasing speed and ease. Perhaps most significantly, this mastery leads to an expansive sense of possibility. The boundaries of what you believe to be possible will continuously expand. What once seemed like far-fetched dreams now feels within reach, and you find yourself setting intentions for experiences and achievements that you may never have imagined before. This doesn't mean that life becomes devoid of challenges. Rather, you develop the ability to see challenges as opportunities for growth and creation. You approach obstacles with curiosity and creativity, knowing that within each challenge lies the seed of an even greater manifestation. The limitless potential of mastering this extends to your personal growth and spiritual evolution. This mastery brings a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. You recognize that you're not just creating your personal reality, but participating in the co-creation of our collective experience. As you continue to explore the limitless potential of this form of manifesting, you may find that your goals and desires will evolve. Material achievements may become less important as you focus on manifesting states of being, profound peace, unconditional love, or expanded consciousness. You find yourself drawn to manifest experiences that contribute to the greater good or push the boundaries of human potential. The limitless potential of this process is nothing less than the potential to fully realize your nature as God, continually shaping your reality in alignment with your highest self. It's an invitation to live a life of wonder, purpose, and boundless creativity, contributing your unique gifts to the unfolding story of your collective reality. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.